We return to the party. Also, actually, before that, rewind. Paloma Payne, thank you for following. New Mutant Prime, thank you for following. This was 2 hours ago. We were in the middle of the session. I apologize. But also, Crimson Rockstar, thank you for subscribing. And Crimson Rockstar, thank you for gifting a sub to DM Shanks. Really appreciate it. Love you, man. All right. And Team LOA, I'm just going to say that again. CC, you're going down. The party conquered this nemesis, this foe, assembling an undead army. If she were successful, whatever this entity was, who knows what could have happened? Well, you do, because I told you during the break, but...
Olsen, we'd like to search.
Oh, would you like to search for items?
Yes.
Why, yes, we would.
Well, you know
That's totally in character.
Yeah, we're like... Guys, LOA is scripted, so...
Exclaiming to the sky, yes, we would like to...
Yes, we
Oh,
would like
sure,
to search
no
for
problem, guys.
Okay. No need to roll. Perusing through the different bodies, even searching through some of the, old corpses and stuff, you find in the folds and pouches of kind of one of the corpses, a 6-sided die, just a D6. It's got on the one, it has a little dagger on the as a 1. On the corpse fairy creature thing, little demon girl, there's what would be a D12, a dodecahedron that is stored away in kind of a little cloth, and attached to that with some string and is another cloth that is attached to that, a little cloth satchel with some kind of pink dust, sand.
I can say.
And then you also have the Morning Star of the Ogre.
Well, I guess that one's going into the duffel bag.
So who is getting what?
Can we attempt to... Okay, first we don't identify.
I have identify.
You do have identify.
I do have identify.
Can you do that as a ritual?
Yes, I can. So if we can take 10 minutes, maybe, if you put everything together, we'll figure out what it is and who can use it, maybe, perhaps.
Yeah.
So, if you would like to do that, shall we... Rowan, would you like to help me burn the bodies? At least lay them to rest?
Yeah, let's do that. And I'm going to start helping Asher gather the dead bodies.
What should we do with...
So with identify, I don't know if you have the necessary components. It does require components. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
You could identify.
I could, but I can't.
You would know that you would need a pearl worth at least 100 gold pieces.
And an owl feather.
Dang.
Balls. We take that for granted, homies.
But it does not consume it. So once you have that, you're good.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So.
Investment.
Yep. Oh. What do you want to do with which body, Asher?
And I'll point to the little fairy.
You mean the one that's already burned? Because that's how Sky killed it? Or Briar killed it, rather?
Ah.
She roasted the thing from the inside out. She roasted
it. It's good.
Well,
it's good. No, we're good.
Never mind. We'll just pile it on her.
We should probably tend to that one. That was talking in the grave.
Just I'm going to
looking over,
we
you
can't
see that it has lost its essence as well over the time. So that it's
might not be able to identify, but I'm going to use my magic awareness and look at them and see what school of magic they belong to.
It's weird with items because I don't know all the schools of magic, and it never gives you the school of magic that the thing can do.
Put you on the spot.
You know what I mean?
Sorry.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Rock in a hard
So-
place.
So how would I know what the school of magic is? Because I have no idea. Like, I can try to glean from its effect, but I don't know all the schools. What would be the most fit?
That is your call, buddy. If you just
Yeah,
tell me that it glows, that I guess that's what it does.
Depends on what glows as well, too.
Like, yeah, I mean, are they even magical? That's another question. Are both of them magical?
I want to make sure I give you an accurate answer.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
They
post
do
this.
things,
I did
but I
Google
don't know if
search.
technically.
Doop, 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 doop. Like Barney style breakdown, I guess.
Also, that dodecahedron is actually rather large, so it's not like a normal D12. It's like a hand size.
Is it like bowling ball size or like baseball size or like grapefruit size?
A little more than grapefruit size, probably.
So between bowling ball and grapefruit. Okay.
Be a focus.
Yeah, it's so weird with magic items. I will say that they both have magical properties. School wise, I don't know. I just do not know.
Well, they're both magical. I can tell you that. But besides that, I don't.
Alright. Would Asher and I be able to put most of the bodies on? Are we dragging the ogre too?
Ace, before we do this, roll me a history check.
Okay. Very good.
You said, could you tell what the material was without doing like an identify?
Maybe a 6.
6. Nope. Nothing. I mean, it's a nice die. You could add it to your collection of, the D6 for games and stuff that you would play. As far as material, the D6 is made of stone. The dodecahedron is metal.
Okay.
Well, the only other.
And it also
solution
feels hollow on the inside, perhaps.
I think
Like
to
it's-
do would be to attempt to attune to it and then see what it does from there.
Well, the tuning items might
that
not
could
be.
I agree with
Let's
him.
We'll take a moment later on.
I'm sure we can find someone, Ista or whomever, perhaps your wife would even know someone who can identify these things for us. Attunement is, yes, I agree, too risky, especially to just do out in the field.
Okay.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
use
know.
my flame tongue to try to start a fire.
Easy enough. You guys camping here?
Well, you still said it's morning, correct? Early morning or later late morning?
Mm-hmm. Like the whole event took like half hour or something? Hour tops.
Yeah, this would be
Because the
late
combat
morning,
was only-
so you're like approaching afternoon.
I'd say we trek it all the way to Lake Grasp.
I agree.
You're still about a day out, so
We'll get there by evening.
We could
late
or
at night.
late night, or we could do half a day and rest, and then get there evening tomorrow.
Yeah, I'd say let's chop off as much time as we can, and hopefully we can be there by lunch.
Sounds
Yeah.
great.
Next day.
Hate to ask you, Karun, but can you mind patching these?
Oh, yes. not at all.
Karan, I can. You've used it a lot, so I'll use healing word at level 2, and heal you for 8 damage.
The two healers fight to see who will heal her.
Well-
How you feeling after that?
Feeling pretty good.
Who
Really good.
all is injured right now?
I'm not. I feel pretty good.
I think
feel-
it was only me.
I think I'm good as well. My other form took most of the beating.
And Briar, you're fine. You aren't touched at all.
Right. She's just glaring at her hand.
Oh, perfect. Then I'll just do a little gesture, and I'll. How much health do you have left to heal?
For me, 3 more points.
Oh, perfect. So I'm going to take from my 15 pool of preserve life, I'm going to give 3 to you, and the other
Okay.
5 to me, and heal everybody up completely.
Awesome. Thank you. Feel better.
That's what I do.
Yeah. Alright, we got everything. Didn't leave
Oh.
anything behind.
I could not pass.
So how long are we resting here for?
Just
I
have
think
to
we're
burn
just-
bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we're going. We're not
Okay.
resting.
Okay.
Speaking of burning, what was going on with your spell, Briar? You seem. Your hand all right?
She's gonna show him. I've never had that come out of me in my life. Don't get me wrong. I have a fiery personality, but it is. Oh, I could burn down an entire forest. This is not okay. I should not have access to fire.
That's
But
why I
it-
was surprised.
But it
Wait.
but it
Wait.
did a lot of damage.
Oh, yes.
Rowan. Brimstone brothers and sister?
Let's.
Rowan's gonna look at Briar like, yeah?
Hmm?
Brimstone family.
Yeah, at that moment, Asher's gonna have to produce flame in his hand and hold a flame ball.
Oh, we're all fire. We're fire family. We can
Yeah,
all
yeah.
produce fire.
Yeah,
He's
We ain't
just
the
gonna
faded-
chuck it over his shoulder into one of the bonfires of the corpses.
Ron's over there with his sheep water, like, oh, put me out, bud.
I'm
It's
I
like-
have
ready.
sacred flame.
We like the V.
Please.
If you were to like break off a part of the V and maybe like put it up, it'd be faded fire.
the flaming faded 5.
Listen,
we're-
okay, I think a fire fisters was enough. I think we're okay with Faded 5.
We'll workshop it.
We'll work.
Let's focus on the bodies for now. We can
Asher's
talk about
favorite
this
phrase.
anytime.
They're already on fire. We can wait until they're done burning, and then put it out and make our way.
Easy enough. That happens.
The only thing hotter than our flames is our love for each other. As he attempts to. Hold on,
I,
I'm
mean,
gonna roll.
I won't fight that, but
He's gonna attempt to light his. Okay, he doesn't see.
little
It'll,
smoke comes out. Popping
it'll
smoke and nothing.
Sparkler.
It'll work eventually.
It'll work.
You'll get the hang of it. Don't get discouraged. But let's make it to Lake Grasp as quickly as we can.
Okay. So you do have about a day and a half of travel. I'd say about
A day and a half or a day?
It's less than looking at the map of where you were. You still have a full hexagon and then just a tiny little bit of one. So
Okay.
maybe a day and several hours of travel.
Okay.
So you would not get there by the end of this day. You could travel through the rest of the night and you would get there if you traveled 3-4 hours into the night. But yeah, so the rest of your day, this travel, every now and then you pass some of the familiar kind of mounted horseback riders, and by this point, the kind of weekend ending at the pass of this day, you begin to see more of those. Well, this would be the next morning that you would. For now, just the mounted patrols. And the
Olsen,
night approaches.
Do we by chance get to see what's his name that we met and told about the bodies and everything again? The one scout. Liam, yes.
Oh, he's on his way to River End.
He was on the
He's
way to River End, so
long gone.
Oh, he didn't. I figured he'd go there and then come back, kind of thing. So okay.
Not that quickly.
River
but
End's River End's
you may
further
pass
than
in a
where
couple
we
days.
started.
Yeah.
Got you. Sorry. Okay.
You're
so
good.
fine.
So on our while we're walking, Briar's gonna walk up to Rowan and like nudge his shoulder and pull up the diamond and be like, Rowan.
Yeah.
I am able to do such cool things because of that the first time we met. And you were so nice to me. Thank you.
Fire. You can do fire with that. That's I didn't know you can do that with
I
that.
don't know. My mom would be so pissed at me.
Well, you're not supposed to do fire.
It's not the greatest because we live in the woods, holding cover down, but
Yeah, that would make sense. But I'm really happy that worked out for you. Like, I wouldn't have known what to do with it, so you get to make use of it. So
Yeah.
keep kicking butt.
Mm.
Maybe you won't have to boop it on its snoot. You can next time set something ablaze. And Rowan's gonna kind of like exaggerate his hands like this and just be like, massive thing on fire.
Well, I mean,
Brothers and sisters.
so I mean, maybe I won't, be so quick to judge the whole fire thing, but I'll give it some considerations, perhaps.
You. I'm just excited for you. That was awesome. And then I guess Rowan's just gonna kind of ramble on to what she can do to flare it up. Maybe you can do like a ring or something, and to keep her from burning her hand. Like kind of giving options to what he can make her to help, so she doesn't burn her hand. Kind of like maybe make like a metal, like a bracelet, like plate thing to where it can sit, like an Iron Man kind of a thing.
That would be very cool.
I don't know. We'll maybe have to chalk it up, and Rowan's gonna kind of pull out his notebook and start drawing diagrams. This is kind of just on the way, just throughout the whole. Just getting
you're
excited.
Doing that, you see Briar's kind of getting excited about this a little bit. Crawling from behind her up her shoulder and sitting on her shoulder, you see Tamrin, who crawls up and then sits, kind of plops down. Got a little bit of a grumpy face on.
Rowan's gonna kind of close the book. Sorry, Uncle Tamron. Okay. And Rowan's gonna kind of put the notebook away. And he's just gonna look at Briar and just keep walking. Is there any branches? Is there any branches that Rowan can kind of pluck a little? I'm gonna pluck a little leaf and like an apology to Tamron. You don't have to. I just figured you might be hungry.
He takes it.
Yeah, it seems pretty tasty. Rowan's gonna take another one from a tree and kind of put it in his mouth.
You see with his little tries to give a thumbs up as well. His little 3 or whatever he's got.
His twig hands.
Yeah,
Yeah,
3 little twig hands. So
every couple hours, Ace is gonna just kind of throw those seeds that he was given, the
Mhm.
flowers, kind of on the, not throw them, I guess, plant them, kind of.
Mhm.
Maybe look at Asher and be like, "Thank you, you do it. Thank you."
you
then
do
I'll-
the thing you do. Yeah, they sprout.
Cool.
But every time I sprout one, I'll grab a small piece of local fauna and hand it over to Uncle Tambourine to keep him from.
By the time we get to Lake Reska, Tambra's gonna have a belly.
He already does have a little bit of a Buddha belly, just like.
He's so well fed.
He has gotten a little bit bigger since Lowell. Well, starting in Lowell, it's kind of started. He's healthy appetite. He's a growing boy.
Mm-hmm.
So the last leg of the evening of your journey, what would you like to do? As the sun begins to go down.
Start keeping an eye out for a good place to rest.
Okay, roll
Like,
me
set up tape.
perception checks. I'll do 2 of you. Let's say Rowan and Karan. Who would begin thinking about this?
That's a natural 20.
23. I got 23, and you got 23.
I got a natural 20 plus 23, yes.
You see a nice little kind of dip in the side of the road that kind of heads off this little trail that would be kind of not visible from the road. If you covered your tracks, you'd be able to kind of camp there pretty safely without even the firelight being seen in the middle of the night.
Do we want to spend a couple hours while the others are setting the tents and stuff up, and possibly hunt, since we will be in town and possibly be able to water and sell it?
Yeah, since we're right
You-
here.
A few extra coins, possibly.
Yeah, let's
I can actually hand the tide correctly this time if we get back to Lake Grasp in time.
alright. Ace, you wanna go hunting?
Let's do it.
Anybody else would like to come? Or are you just gonna set
Uh, I would like to look for, while you guys set up, maybe herbs and plants, some fruits maybe.
Yes, I'll
Ron-
probably try to find some herbs. Seem
Ronan's gonna put his bow on and his arrows.
Okay.
Then Asher will stay back and get the camp set up.
Easy enough to get the camp set up. Let's do survival checks for Rowan and Ace.
Do you want one of us to roll just with advantage, or both separate?
Both of you. It is night, which is a bit odd for hunting, so the DC will be.
Is there a
little bit
full moon?
higher. It is, yes.
Hunter's moon.
Though I've kind of messed this up because it was a
Oh.
full moon on the temple when you guys were on the
Oh.
island too. So, but you know,
Oh, okay.
they're short months. I mean,
There's
could
two
it
nights.
have been a month? It could have been a month by now.
Got a 19.
I got a 13.
Pretty close.
Rolled with advantage for you too.
Let's
Months have
see.
3
Let
weeks.
me see. Okay.
You're still pretty quiet for me, blind. I don't know.
You
about
find
anybody else.
some trails of looks like little paths that rabbits would take. No rabbits in sight, but you do see the path that they would take. You'd have to spend a good bit of the night kind of tracking them down. there.
Holson, could we remember where the trails are, set traps, and then check them in the morning before we were to leave? for the city.
Do you have any kind of materials? Like a
I mean, we have rations, and then we can get sticks and set a snap trap to they go in
Okay.
through it.
I do have
roll
rope.
let's roll me a survival check on that to set that up.
Can I have advantage with Rowan helping me?
He
What's
would
your
probably
survival?
have done some of this kind of stuff. Both of you just roll.
Yeah.
+3.
Also, you said what time is it? Because it says it's night.
It's approaching.
8,
Yeah, it's
9
pretty much night. Yeah, about 9-10 p.m. By the time
17.
setting up and them going out and hunting.
Better than me, 13.
17, 13. How many traps are you trying to set?
Just at like 4.
4.
Okay.
Actually,
You-
yeah, 4. Let's do 4.
takes you a good bit of the night. So by now you would, if you're gonna attempt a long rest, I don't know if you need to, you would have to hurry back and get that done. Or you, otherwise you would miss your opportunity for a long rest. Unless you sleep in later, you can do that too. That's fine. But as far as hitting the daytime or hitting the morning,
Let's just hurry back.
Let's go.
Yep.
Hurrying back.
and Karan and Briar, you guys were looking for herbs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Give me survival checks.
Survival. Okay, not nature.
That landed on top of a pile of dice.
15 total.
And mine is a 20. Soft 20. 16 plus 4.
Perfect. Karan, with your experience, you find about maybe 5 gold worth of herbs. It's just the easy way to measure it. And Briar, you find 8 gold's worth of herbs. Still not nothing.
Once we get into camp, we'll say no luck on rabbits, but we still got our rations.
We set a bunch of traps. We'll check them in the morning, see if we caught any.
It's all right. These herbs will keep. And worst case scenario, something else with them later.
I'm going to roll for the rabbits on the traps. Hey, okay. So I rolled a d4. Since you set 4 traps, that's how many traps were activated. And I'm
Nice.
going to roll a check for the rabbits that were affected.
That's pretty cool.
That's a fail.
I like that.
That's,
That's
a
a
really
fail.
cool. That's
That was
a
a
That's really
two.
cool. It's a great idea.
There's only one rabbit though.
That's okay.
But
That's still really cool.
It was a 1 on the d4, and that rabbit rolled a 2. So he failed. So you do have a trapped rabbit, but kind of trap doesn't kill them, does it? So
Nope.
get to do that.
Nope.
You have a
you
screaming
get to
rabbit.
do that in the morning.
Rowan will probably take the first watch.
Let me make a rule here.
Cameron, are we still doing double duty or is it okay?
I mean, I think it's not particularly a huge inconvenience. At least we're there. We still get to meditate.
Mhm.
I would say
So-
because of the natural 20 on the perception for finding the campsite, as far as taking watches, we won't have to worry about that. We'll just expedite that
Really?
if that's fine.
Okay,
All right.
Yep.
sick.
No encounters.
Nice. Thank you. All right. Rowan's gonna wake up base. You wanna go check the traps?
Let's go.
Alright, we'll be right back, guys. Kind of whispering and kind of walking gently over everybody.
You hear a screaming
Checking the
rabbit.
Oh, joy. Rowan, no hesitation, is going to take out his knife and just kind of quick and quiet kill.
It struggles with the last inch of its breath. I'm just kidding. Make you feel bad.
Roll for arterial penetration.
Yeah, roll
Still not a good time to use the word penetration.
roll for an attack.
Rowan is going to pick the rabbit up by its hind. And we got one. Did you see any others?
I don't think so. Holstenio may make a perception or anything.
Let me roll. 2 of the traps went off. Nothing affected them. The last trap, nothing went off. So,
Well,
rabbits
we could
that
take
got
the
away.
string. We could take the string and use it for later on.
Yeah, sounds great.
We'll take the remaining anything that was used for the traps and hold on to them if they're still intact. So the 3,
Yep.
I would assume.
Yeah, if we can even keep them as traps, we just put rabbit traps in inventory if you want. Is that cool with you?
I don't know how those would hold in an inventory.
So this
In
is
a
you
bag.
said this is a whip.
You
This
can
is
have
a
the
whip
components.
branch too. So basically, it was like planted tree that you pulled down.
Yeah,
by
no
rope,
worries.
So that
No worries.
Yeah.
We're good.
So, all right, we'll head back and show the rabbit.
Yeah.
We got something. We got breakfast if we want, or we just can sell it to the butcher when we get back. It's up to you guys.
Oh, sorry, I'm distracted. I'm trying to get everything sorted for what kind of magic I'm going to rock today.
Well, if we want to, I don't know about you all, but I'm getting a little sick of rations.
Right,
yes,
then.
if we want to take the time, we should be able to make it there before it's dark.
With that, Rowan will no hesitation begin skinning it and preparing it to cook it and separating the hide and giving it to Asher, preparing breakfast for everybody.
Rowan, the one of the foots. Do you mind seeing one of those?
We just want one of the foots.
Yeah, and he's gonna like take it and head over to Asher. You're good with leatherworking and such. I've always heard tales of a lucky rabbit's foot. Is there any way to preserve this, or how would you?
Yes, I can, and I'll start basically prepping it to be preserved using the probably salt in my inventory.
Easy enough.
Right.
So I would say from the rabbit, you'd get like, I don't know. I guess could we just convert it into rations?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
let's.
We're just gonna eat it
get-
right here.
Yeah,
right
we're just gonna
now.
eat it. We're just
okay.
having
I thought you were trying to make
breakfast.
some more jerky.
No, we're
No,
having
no.
breakfast.
Asher
No,
that
doesn't
was
want
just
to
for the
have.
foot and the skin.
Yeah.
Ew,
So like a
you're
small hide plus a rabbit's foot. Well, I guess technically you could have 4. It's not like we're
Yeah.
just gonna throw the other rabbit's feet away and keep one.
Yeah,
Just
might
one
as
foot.
well.
Just
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
foot. That's
And-
the only way it's good luck.
While we eat, I'll feed
They're,
Uncle Tampern as well.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Blind.
Bye, blind.
All right. How was the breakfast? Rabbit meat cooked well enough. I'm still learning how to do that.
It was good.
Never been
So-
one to cook.
The weird, it tastes like chicken.
A lot of things
Yeah.
do. Kind of like that snake.
Oh, you should have asked. We did get some herbs. It could have been even better. So maybe next time.
I'll have to remember that. Sorry.
All good. Still very good.
All right.
Food with hallucinations.
Yeah.
Oh, not those types of herbs. But we could look for those if you want.
Easily. I did be my
Oh.
pleasure.
I know there are people that partake in that kind of thing. Maybe we could find those and sell them.
Well, we must remember to be productive.
I don't know about that, but
And-
Rowan's gonna be
and
cleaning
within
up, and
The confines of the law.
yeah, not sure how well that'll turn over when people find out that we're trying to do some low dark biz. But
Make love, not war, Rowan. Gosh, what's
no, I'm not about war all the time either. But anyway, should we head out? We're probably a couple hours away.
So by this point. Well, I guess if you guys agree to that.
Yeah.
Probably about a 3-hour journey to Lake Grasp. And you begin seeing in this morning, the weekend being over, more of the caravans and stuff kind of passing by, different people making travel caravans, trading and such like that. No like traveling merchants, more so just like goods traveling between cities, exports and imports and such like that. You see more of the mounted patrols, a little bit heavier presence now that it's business days, and there's a cart with drawn by a black horse, and the cart itself is painted black, and the rider wears a black coat and kind of a black raven's mask as they drive by. They kind of, whereas it's not uncommon for people to not wave or anything like that, but they just kind of trot along, drawn by this black mare.
Would Rowan know what that mask would indicate? What
No, I don't think anybody's ever seen anything like this.
Huh. That's strange. Strange mask.
Yes, that's peculiar.
While we're walking to Lake Grasp, I'm gonna pull Briar aside, be like, well, I know that you're excited to see Coria as well, but could you, a lot of what I haven't told her everything that we faced, and I told her it was not as dangerous as it has been. So if we could downplay that a bit, and the treasure booty we'll just not talk about that.
So, what you're asking me is you want to make a pact? Yes?
I feel like I might regret this, but yes.
I thought you were gonna ask me for a long time. Okay. This is more fun. So when we get closer to the tavern or wherever, let me know. Just point it out. Like when we're pretty close but not quite in yet. I only have the little fun.
Well, okay.
We've got that back now. So thank you. Greatly appreciate that. You won't live to regret it.
I'm gonna fall back a little bit and just be like, I have made the deal with the devil.
Yep. Just tell the truth. Just tell the truth.
Ace is gonna grab some of that jungle rum out and be like, "Do you need a swig?" Oh God, you're gonna die! Stop.
Constitution saving throw right now. No, I'm joking. You're good. You're good. Unless you did drink enough.
I mean, I would have just
DC 30.
I just rolled a 10 on a con save.
Oh no!
You were taking a pretty heavy-handed swig.
Okay, that's pretty heavy. You do feel it a little bit. You're like, "Ooh, okay, that was a joke, but that's serious stuff. You forgot."
I'll hand it back next. Well, that was much appreciated.
Thank you, Midian. He's gonna put it back in his bag.
The last hour of your journey to Lake Grasp. Kind of approach the outside of the city. You can begin to see as you kind of travel down the hill, the kind of countryside, the forest kind of clearing up a bit, the trees becoming a little more sparse. And the city begins to reveal itself kind of like a skyline, the castle buildings that kind of stand above the rest. Actually, I might as well throw that up there. But without music. It's going to play music for a quick. Oh god! It's so loud! Okay, let me throw this up here. No music. Oh, stop. Stop. There we go. Okay. Let's throw that up there. Do you see the countryside outside of Lake Grasp, the different farms and village, essentially village-esque life, the lower end of town, that agricultural aspect, with the castle battlements that kind of line the side of the city, what Asher would know as the second district, the middle district, and then across the river with the falls that Lake Grasp is known for is the upper district, the higher end of the city. The buildings that you can see, though some of the buildings on the middle district, you can see the particular battlements and the area where the troops are barracked. But the midday now, as you approach the village, this late spring, people kind of working in the fields, and the reds of the castle battlements kind of broadcasted against the kind of midday sky. You've made it to Lake Grasp.
Ace is going to kind of stop for a minute and just kind of take it in and be like, wow. It's been a minute since I've been to a city this big. Makes you feel so small, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's a bit overwhelming. I remember first time seeing my first big city. That was a bit. Yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah. Hopefully they got good beer.
Probably
The
no.
Sleeping Moon
Horses.
is. The beer's pretty good.
Let's go get you a beer. Then. Anybody else? I'm sure Briar will probably join you.
Carone, you're gonna come join with me and get some beer? As he comes over to him and kind of wraps his arm around him. Let's go, buddy.
Probably not ale, but I'm not opposed to having a drink now and again.
Yeah, one drink, right? And he's gonna wink at him.
I'll kind of look at you perplexed to the wink. Yes, just a drink.
Okay, are you guys continuing through to... Are you trying to head directly to the Sleeping Moon? So the Sleeping Moon would be... well, I guess you know this. You can roleplay it if you would like.
Because I totally know where it is. Is it?
Well, as far as the details that I gave you about the city.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not 100% sure where the Sleeping Moon is within the city, though.
Okay, yeah, that's no problem. I'll take care of you there.
And I'll explain basically that the 3 districts are broken up. You have the commonly known as the fingers, which is what we're entering into, correct?
Mhm.
And then you have the middle district, which is the hands for basically more trades workers and things of that nature. And then the upper districts, or the rings, is where all the rich and nobles are located.
Rowan, do you want to come with me and Garon to go and check out the tavern? Asher, Briar, I imagine you guys might want some alone time with your family, and when you're done, meet us at the tavern.
Yeah, I don't know
It's
if
all
I
the
should.
same place. Is it not?
It's the same. She is staying at the
She's
Sleeping Moon.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and I don't think I want to be like alone with them, if you know what I mean, because they.
The two of them deserve some private time.
Mommy and Daddy need their time alone as well. Yes.
I do want to see about getting those. Hopefully, maybe I got a letter back from my family. So,
Mm.
pretty
Absolutely.
excited about that.
I can go with you if you want, Rowan.
I think it's at the Sleeping Moon as well. I think that's
Oh.
where the
Yes,
letters are
we-
being sent.
It was.
You see, I'm not used to these big cities, everything being in one location.
Yeah.
Just
Makes things easier though.
yeah.
It's not exactly. This is just a home of operations, as if normally they are not all located in the same area.
Is the general store here too? I mean, I'm just at this point, like,
Well, there should be several, depending on which district you're in.
oh god.
So are you guys making your way to the Hands district, the middle district?
Mm-hmm.
As you take the trail up through the Fingers district, colloquially named that because they're the dirt workers, so they have dirty fingers. So it's kind of obviously they would not prefer to be called that, but that's just colloquially what these districts have become known as. The Hands being the kind of like he described, the people that still work with their hands, people more middle class, and then the Rings because of their jewelry. Their hands don't need to do anything except be in things. But you see, stop. You see, it's definitely a level of squalor you've seen in some places. Kind of in particularly Lowell was in similar disrepair, but this seems to have even more impoverished, even more people roadside kind of begging. Even as you guys walk in, kind of people will come up and panhandle you. There's one man kind of covers his mouth and kind of and holds out his hand, and you can actually see kind of just like a little bit of blood kind of on his lip, and he kind of holds out his hand, kind of shaking feebly. He doesn't say anything, but you can kind of get the gesture. He's asking for handout of some sort.
Rowan. She like it's gonna go over to Rowan, kind of whisper. Do you think I should do that? The thing that.
If you would like, I mean, you might help him. He doesn't look like he's in good shape. I would. That's up to you.
What about like the whole like?
Yeah, the whole
light
magic.
magic like things. Do you want to like? Can you like stand in front of me, make a wall, maybe, and
Yeah. Maybe,
do it.
yeah.
Do it like super quick.
Can you make it like
There is
not
no,
obvious?
there is no, the last time you did it, there was no obvious magical effect. I mean, yeah, the person, she was healed when you did that, but there was no like radiating magic, look at me kind of thing like that. So
Okay. Yeah. Just Just stand in front of me. I'll try to do it. Like,
Yeah,
really quick.
Rowan will kind of just post up right in front, with his back towards Ace and kind of keeping an eye out. And he's going to kind of tell to the group, give us a moment.
He'll take his gauntlet off and he'll put the ring on and walk over to the man and be like, I think I can help you with that cough if you just give me a couple seconds.
Thank you. It's nothing really.
And then he's just gonna put it quickly like onto his hand, like almost as if like, and then put his forehead to him, like as if he would like to stop to pray with him or something, trying to make it like not look as noticeable.
He kind of sits there for a moment. He's a little confused by this. Your camera went off. I don't know if you know. He kind of, forehead to forehead a little bit. He kind of goes to turn, but kind of coughs up a little bit. It is a little bit more blood, but it's a really, really dark, like almost visceral blood. He kind of just sits there. Might I ask what you're doing?
I'm trying to possibly cure you of what you have.
Right. Yeah, it's picked up. Yeah, this cough here. Just how long's it been? But a day ago, something like that. That's the first though when he shows his cloth, the kind of blood.
Well, let me attempt to see if this might help, and I can focus. I'm gonna focus on the ring and see if I can do the same thing I did last time.
Mm-hmm. You feel the ring kind of transfer some energy into the man. He kind of So what's it supposed to do?
Just tell me if you feel better, I guess. Hopefully you stop coughing. I don't know. I'm still new to it too.
I don't feel no different.
Okay. Well, it was worth a shot. Sorry.
Thank you for the effort. You got any coin?
Yeah, here you go. And I'll hand him like a silver coin.
Oh, gosh, be praised. Thank you. Thank you. He kind of walks away and waves you off.
Can Asher make an insight check on this guy to see if he's like, if that was actually blood or if he's like.
Ace is gonna like be really awkward. Like you don't see like walk up to Rowan and he's like, it didn't work. I don't know.
21.
I don't know.
It seemed pretty aggressive. It didn't seem like he was egging it on. He seemed like he was kind of in a state of despondence, disparity. Rowan, you do notice that Ace does have some blood spatter on his face.
You might want to. Rowan's gonna take his handkerchief and kind of give it to Ace to wipe his face off.
Bar's gonna lean over to Karan and be like, "Do you think that's contagious?"
That's actually one of the things I was worried about. Nice. You should probably make sure that you don't expose yourself too much to that blood or others.
Yeah. I'll take some water from one of my water skins and try to clean myself off very, very thoroughly, and kind of take the rag and toss
Burn
it.
that. You can burn
Burn
that.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
Briar, we should probably take a look out and see if other people are suffering the same symptoms, just in case.
Easy enough to do. There's a lot of people around, and not all of them, but there's another kind of half-elf woman, kind of laying on the side, kind of the sidewalk right next to kind of a horse trough, and she's got kind of a blanket wrapped over her, and she's kind of shivering a little bit, and she kind of
Ash, how far are we from? Are we getting close? I do not want to be out here surrounded by all of these.
We are exactly.
just you're walking through the village. You have to kind of walk through it to get to the gate of the middle village, or the middle district of the city, the Hands area. You see more of that squalor, and every now and then some of the people kind of coughing. Definitely something making its way through this.
Do we see blood
the city?
Like people coughing up blood like that, or is it not?
Yeah,
we have to get closer.
Hers even more interesting, a little bit darker than the previous guy. Kind of a more ichor to it, black.
I want to try something.
Mm-hmm.
Can I have my poisoner's kit? Could I harvest some of this ichor?
You can certainly try. You can,
I don't know.
I don't have it prepared, but I would actually like to come down here. I have a spell where I can detect diseases and poisons. Maybe we can get a better idea of what is happening.
Well, when I talked earlier to that sickly man, he said that it happened pretty quickly. He wasn't feeling good the day before, and then the next he was coughing that blood and dark pus out.
Are we still close to that one
the
young woman, or close to someone who seems to be afflicted, like within?
Sure.
Easy. Okay. All right. So I'll just walk up to them and, pardon me, is this a male or female?
We'll just say it's the half-elf female that's laying by the trough. Sure.
Forgive my bothering you, miss, but for how long have you been ill like this?
This was, I think, started the day before yesterday, then kind of started in the middle of the night. So I guess yesterday, early morning.
I'll kind of look down and I'll reach into my personal. I'll pull out a silver as well and give it to her. And I pray that you get better soon. And I'll use one of my, even though it's really not my cure wounds, to make her feel better.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't seem to cure her affection or her.
No. I don't. I don't expect it to. I don't expect it to.
Bless you. Bless you. She kind of, this dark ichor kind of escapes her mouth, and she kind of scurrily wipes it up from the dirt, and it looks up at you. Don't look good.
Keep the faith. And I'll just squeeze her shoulder lightly and return to the rest of the party and confirm. About 2 days, the same as yours.
Would this be this? So this is not a disease then?
You don't know.
Well, I'm just asking because that's what would have. Just making sure that like we were on the same page. That
Mhm.
you know what I mean. Okay.
So, okay, so my little Briar's little mad scientist side is wanting to pop out. And I would like to attempt to go up to one of the sick people and give them a copper, not a silver, a copper. And as I do, I'm going to attempt to cast protection from evil and good. Just on a hunch. I'm experimenting on the sick.
Yep. On them? You're casting it on them?
On one of the sick, yes.
Okay.
So
No
I'm
discernible
going.
effect from that? At least innately? Or initially?
No. Do you want me to roll something or
For that? Or what? What are you trying to do?
cast protection from evil and good?
There's no roll for that or anything, is there?
No, there's nothing.
It didn't do anything, he said.
Just
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that's what I was saying. It didn't seem to have any kind of discernible immediate reaction
okay.
or effect in that regard.
Okay, I think my headphones cut out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, maybe we can get more insight at the end, and tomorrow we can come back and I can do a more thorough investigation.
Could always talk to a doctor, maybe someone with proficiency.
I'm interested myself as well.
Okay. So are you guys making your way back to, or making your way through the village section? You make your way up to the gate, and one of the guards kind of halt. Two guards kind of posted on each side with spears. You see one of them kind of scurry over to this little table and what's your business? The first one to ask you is the other one kind of works at the table.
We are heading to the Sleeping Moon Inn. My wife's family owns it.
Right, so locals?
More or less, yes.
Right. All right. And he kind of motions over to the other one. The other one pulls out this kind of lantern, but it's an interesting lantern where the back side is kind of open. The front side has this little magnifying glass thing, and so when he lights the fire, it kind of like shines the light right, nice, like kind of like a flashlight. It's a torch, and he kind of holds it up to you. He says, "Open." Like motions to your mouth. Open your mouth. Motions to you first, Asher. And he kind of holds the light up and kind of looks in. Right, you're good. And Ace looks in. Right, you're good. Kind of does this with each of you. Everybody gets kind of the pass. He kind of motions up to the guard above. All right, you're good. They're good.
What were you looking for?
Any of that sickness is going on.
Is there something like in the back of their throat? Or?
Yeah, that's what I mean, it's a new development, but that's what they say in it's called that, black gunk up in the back of the throat and all that. But you guys is all good. You don't know about all that.
No.
Yeah,
No.
I came by about 2 days ago. People started coming by. Come down with this thing. We're just trying to keep it out of the main city. Leave it in the fingers.
Did anyone new come to the city when it came around?
Do what?
Like, anyone new come into your city the same time that the black fungus came around?
There's new people all the time. I don't keep track of that.
That makes sense. Sorry, new to these big cities.
Right.
He's just gonna like keep his head down and keep walking.
Do you guys have any idea as to how people are getting sick?
Nah, they got the apothecary sort out, but they've got nothing on it yet.
Thank
Something
you.
new.
We'll be making our way up.
And he kind of, how to get there, and he kind of motions in through the city, like a couple blocks that way, and points you in the direction.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
Ace is gonna walk over to Rowan and be like, "You don't think that dude in the solid black that we saw that was eyeing us had anything to do with this, do you?"
Oh, he was yeah, he's about a day ago. No, I mean, maybe. It's hard to say.
Are we
Was
all
he
hearing this, or are you listening this to her? For him?
He was kind of leaning to her, but I mean, if you want to hear, I will say it to you too.
No, it was a curiosity of you guys talking. That's all.
I don't know. I just kind of thought about it. Maybe I didn't.
Let's keep that in mind. Maybe we can keep an eye out for him. I think he was coming to the town, so
Yeah.
let's keep an eye out for him.
Okay.
Rowan, after saying that, is going to look around for that black carriage and black horse as they walk to the sleeping moon.
The streets of the Middle District, higher end than anything you guys have seen on your journey thus far, even on the higher end of, well, it's much similar to the higher end of Midcove. And, but this is the middle class district of Lake Grasp, and you walk along the streets. There are no beggars, no squalor. Seems like it's pretty clean, taken care of. Lots of different little shops and artisans, and you find your way to the Sleeping Moon Tavern. It's just a nice little purple sign with a little yellow moon, crescent moon, and these little Z's coming from this kind of sleeping face on the crescent moon.
Asher's gonna stop when he sees it, and he's gonna pull his necklace and be like, and put it down. Like, well, I was gonna do a prank, but I don't think that is really, after the current events, I don't think that is in good taste.
Yeah,
Right.
sure.
Like, you've met her cousin, right? Like, you know this family, and yet you still want to poke the sleeping bear. You want to...
Well, we've been friends for...
Yeah, sure. I was going to pull a prank on her too. I think we should totally do it.
Ha! Gotcha! Here's your dead dad!
Oh, no.
Basically.
Jeez.
Let's keep this a little more tasteful.
Okay.
Think about it. She takes the stick, she probably had that planned for weeks. You can tell after the fact as a, could have been.
Okay.
You can still do it. There's nothing stopping you. They're just fictional.
I'm
They're just
going
fictional
to cast
characters.
a message towards Coria. She's in the building. Okay, I'm going to cast a message because it's in my brain. And towards Coria, I'm going to go. Hold it together. Okay. Coria, you're losing your mind. You want to see your husband, and he's outside, and you want to love him and kiss him and hug him and And that's it. And I'm just gonna push Asher forward and just hold Uncle Timber behind, so she has a little moment of happy before the moment of sad. That's what I tell you what to do.
As you open the door, first thing you see, a woman there, bent over a table a little bit, kind of in mid wiping down the table. You see her kind of clutching her necklace in kind of this face of kind of confusion, concern. She's a blonde, kind of a dirty blonde-haired half-elf woman, really bright blue eyes. She's wearing kind of a shoulderless, kind of little tavern dress, nicely adorned with the colors of the sleeping moon itself. And she's got kind of her rag that she was wiping. She kind of holds the necklace, and then the door opens and she looks over and makes eye contact with a very familiar face. And you see the wife of Asher, Coria. And she looks over and then smiles. She throws the rag down and rushes over and scoops up Asher in a hug.
Asher's just gonna like go into a hug and just like bury his head like in her shoulders and just kind of hold her there for a second.
You feel her just kind of, it's like pent up weeks of holding breath, just, and then, and as she kind of separates herself from you, looks into your eye, you guys see as a back door opens up and you see a two more figures that exit from kind of the back room. A kind of strong featured wood elven woman with familiar bright red hair and kind of messy a little bit, kind of long strands that dangle down the side, not braided or anything like that, and kind of a stern face and wearing kind of a strong, kind of almost akin to a wood elven military uniform. And beside her, another figure, a again strong featured, familiar looking wood elven man, piercings on his ears, all along his ears and his eyebrows, and he kind of walks in, kind of holding his harness, and he has kind of like a almost katana like blade that he kind of rests the other hand on. The familiar figures to Briar of her parents.
Ace is gonna lean over to Karun before her parents come up and be like, "I'm the only one that thought she'd be a redhead." And as soon as her parents come out, be like, "Oh, there it is. Never mind."
Oh, there it is.
I know her parents personally too.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, it's familiar to Karan as well. He's met them.
It's very familiar to Goron.
Yeah. And that is where we will pick up next session.
Man,
Amazing.
I just wanted to read the letters.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know, but we're in out of time. I know. Next
First
week.
thing next
Next
session.
week there's a lot of this that was supposed to be this episode, but it's all right. Time happens the way it does.
Fighting, man, fighting.
Family.
Family.
Nothing stronger than family.
And then boom, Dominic Toretto comes in. You don't need.
Your name's Dom. Your name's Dom.
Dom, yeah,
Baboonsky,
Dominicus, yeah.
Thank you for following. Appreciate
I
it.
shave my head and family.
That's your
Do it.
prerogative, sir.
Do it.
I'm shaving my head.
That's his thing. Family is his thing.
It is his thing.
Enjoyed the show. Baboonsky, thank you for the 100 bits. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed. I don't know how much you were able to watch, but stay tuned for next week. We may have a little bit of a world building stream either on Wednesday or Thursday. Those are my weekend days that I'm not working, and I may end up doing a little bit of something. So thank you for following. You'll be able to see that kind of probably around the same time on those days. But also, definite on schedule is Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern time, where we will continue this little putting it off for one more day. Asher. The conversations. But surprise to Briar, your parents are in town.
I know. I didn't have to travel as far.
I tried to hint. I was like, "You want to give me any insight onto your parents? Because we may meet them soon. Because we're close to, we're close to the Amaran. That's the Wood Elf homeland.
I was like,
we may meet
okay,
them soon.
yeah.
So if you want to just refresh my memory, no, they're here. That's why I asked.
Yeah. So I'll do that so you're ready for next week. So
Look at that.
So it's perfect.
katana,
It's
my
ending
guy.
timing. It's perfect ending.
dude,
Perfect timing. He's
my
a badass.
dad gets down.
Well, they both are. You're about to meet them.
Yeah.
You guys are.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
that much at least.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, your mom already terrifies me.
Bro. But
Step on me? Question mark.
Step
Oh,
on me? Anyways, everybody that's still here and present, thank you for tuning in. We love you guys. We will see you next week. We're going to do the thing that we do. Roll the credits. And show some love. Love you guys. I'll see you.